So focus only on the breath. Don't allow your mind to wander anywhere. So closing the eyes is also to ensure that suddenly you see something and you get deviated. That's why we say close your eyes.
So this should relax your body very well, both physical body and the mind. So how important pranayama is, you will understand now in the next sloka of the 8th chapter we are going to study now. So when the mind and the body are totally relaxed, one has to do dhyanam through mananam of the Upanishad mantras, which point to the ultimate reality, the supreme Brahman. So today we will take the Kathopanishad mantra, which says that within all the physical bodies, there is one supreme consciousness principle which is distinctly different from the physical body. Ashariram sharireshu anavasthveshvavasthitam mahantam vibhumatmanam matva dhiro na shochati. Sharireshu ashariram. Sharireshu, within the physical body. Ashariram, there is one that is not having any of the principles or qualities of the physical body. That is the supreme consciousness principle. Even though within the body, it is not connected to the body. Ashariram sharireshu. And it is beyond the three states of experience. Anavastheshu avasthitam. Then what is the greatness of this supreme truth? Tam Mahan, that is the greatest principle. Vibhum, very glorious, most glorious principle. Where is it? Atmanam, very, very important. It is within your own physical body, it's your own true nature. Mahantam Vibhum Atmanam. The most important word is Matva, one who realizes, understands. Dhiraha, for that you have to be a different person. You cannot be like normal people in the world. Atva Dhiraha, where the focus of life has to be to understand supreme principle, Avritta Chakshuhu, Kaschid Dhiraha Pratyagatmanamekshate. Avritta Chakshuhu Amritatvam Icchan. We have to have that desire for attaining supreme bliss, eternal happiness. So, Atva Dhiraha Na Shochati goes beyond all sorrows, establishes in eternal bliss. That's what we've been saying. Timeless wisdom, Matva, what? Na Shochati, eternal happiness. Timeless wisdom gives you eternal happiness. How to achieve that? And what is the importance of all the practices we are doing? We'll study in the next portion of the 8th chapter. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om Om Makrata Namaha Akaji Surya Koti Samaptabha Nirvignam Kuru Medeva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Shaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurte Namaha Tadashiva Samarambham Shankara Acharya Madhyamam अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्ते नमः अपारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं Sri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanmaham Om. All of you chant Yam Brahma loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Nimyaistamaihi Vedai Sangha Padakramo Panishadair Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha देवाय तस्मै नमः ओम श्री कृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वती नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम श्री भगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ध्यानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः ओम शांति 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 अथ श्रीमद्भगवद गीता अष्टमोऽध्यायः अक्षर ब्रह्म योगः ओम नारायणः परों व्यक्तात् अंडमं व्यक्त संभवम् अंडस्यान्तस्ति मे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी ओम. So all chant shloka number 9, which I learned in the last class. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaredyaha Sarvasya Dhataramachintya Rupam Aditya Varunam Tamasah Parastat Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session on the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. What is the 8th chapter called as? Akshara Brahma Yoga. And the goal of the 8th chapter, all of you take the e-book, is 1. how to remember Bhagavan at the time of death, and what is this mukti called as krama mukti. Two important goals. If you go back to the ebook, you will know, right? Very, very systematic. So, when you study systematically Bhagavad Gita, you will understand all the concepts. And all these concepts have been arranged wonderfully by Bhagavan as an extract from the Upanishads. So that in an easy shloka form, you can connect to the Upanishads and thereby to the Vedas. So, it's the greatest what benefit of studying the Bhagavad Gita, which Bhagavan has given Paripurna Anugraham for us. Okay, so Krama Mukti means reaching Brahmalokam. Write down. Krama Mukti means reaching Brahmalokam. So before we continue further, let us have a quick introduction to the various paths that a particular jiva will take after death. Okay. So you all turn to page number. Okay. Page number 9. Go to page number 9, in which there is a picture. In that picture, we have shown typically what happens to a jiva after death. So what is happening? Look at the left corner. That's the left side. Start from the left side. Okay. You're all born, right? You're all born in this world and going through samsara chakram. And so what is happening? What Bhagavan told. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam. Continuously we are going through Janma, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkham, Mrityu. And sometimes in between we are getting some happiness, correct? Every now and then we are feeling happy and then going back to same, same issues. And so the cycle is never ending. This never ending cycle is where we are stuck now. Unless you realize that we are stuck in this samsara chakram. What is samsara chakram? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jathare shayanam, iha samsare. Unless you realize that should be very active in the mind. While in the Bhagavad Gita class and the Vedanta classes, we'll keep reminding. Remaining time also, they should be very much aware, right? What happens? 99% after the Gita class, what Janma, what is Varana? Correct? We have got enough things to do in life. So we proceed. So remember this. Now, Acharya Shankara in most of the Upanishads, in the introduction to all the Upanishads, especially the Mundaka Upanishad. Okay, and if you got the complete works of Shankara, you read the introduction that is given in the Mundaka Upanishad. Very, very clearly and directly, Acharya Shankara warns that having been born as a human being, if you don't stick to the path of dharma first, the consequences are very, very, very disastrous. At least become a dharmic person. If you don't even follow dharma as has been established clearly by the Vedas, why? Dharma is established in the Vedas. Vedo khilo dharma moolam. Entire dharma moolam, the root of dharma is established in the Vedas. And that is unquestionable. It is apaurusheyam. It is not some human being who has created this. It is from Sakshat Ishvara. It is called the breath of the Vedas. Just like breathing is important for living. Ram Kailash. Similarly, dharma is important for living. As much the breath is important, dharma is important. That means what? following all your daily ordained duties as per the Vedic path. If you don't do this, Acharya Shankara says that you will be born as lower beings in the next life. Tiryagadi, he says, Tiryak means what? Like reptiles, like animals, like that. No, you'll be born as lower beings. Because once you are given an opportunity with a human life and you got a wonderful Vedic text at your disposal, you got a guru to teach. With that, if you don't follow that path, what for you need the human birth, you will not get. So, you'll be born as lower being. So, clear? First path is take to dharma. Then, if you're focused on what does dharma do, quickly, anybody? More and more dharma you do, what happens? More and more punyam you will get. Punyam means what? Punyam is equal to happiness. More and more happiness. You will get happiness, worldly pleasures, money, position, everything in all ways. You will get all the happiness following the right path. So now, so you see now how the differentiation starts. At the beginning, can somebody make note? Differentiation is between people who don't follow dharma, or called adharmic people, or called nastikas, who don't follow dharma, and those who follow dharma, right? So now the first separation happens. How much percentage who follow dharma? How much percentage who don't follow dharma? Anybody? Huh? Nah, Ram Kailash. 2%, 3%, 5%. Rutu is using 5%. Okay. 5% follow dharma, so 95% is out of the equation. Clear? Now, within that 5%, now the next deviation starts. What is the next deviation? This dharma itself is very, very enticing. More and more punya karma you do, more and more dharma you do, you'll get a lot of worldly pleasures. So some people will get what? Mesmerized by this and continuously be involved only in dharma, which is what? Kaikam karma, vachikam karma, manasam karma of dharma. Kaikam karma is all the puja, homa, all those things. Vachikam, all the chanting. Manasam is the most important aspect we're going to discuss. Manasam karma is upasana and dhyanam. Write down in the Upanishads and the Vedas, a lot of mantras are dedicated to upasana. Now you can see a line called upasana. Can you see circle? Skip what? Kaikam, vachikam karma and focus on manasam karma. How many of you seeing upasana? Small circle. Sir, no? I don't know. All of you on cameras. Many of you not camera on. iPad, who is that? All of you on cameras. So many GNBR, Arvind Balasubramaniam, Kiran Gopara. Yeah. Okay, now. Now, after you come to this stage, itself, what? A lot of people will become clean bold before you reach this stage. After coming to this stage, there are 3 different categories of people who start doing upasana. So the first category is called, okay, now understand. There is something called as, when you come to upasana or dhyanam, there is one category which is called what? Saguna upasana. Write down next step. You all should make notes. That's why there is a lot of space given below. Saguna upasana means what? Saguna brahma dhyanam, which you are now focusing on. You are focusing on what? Meditation or dhyanam on a supreme principle or any god with qualities. Saguna upasana. And there is second category at the upasana, very broad categorization, which is called as nirguna. Should not call nirguna upasana, it's called nirguna jnanam or nididhyasanam, which is focusing on what? That principle which is formless, nameless, ashabdam asparsham arupam avyayam. That is to study of the Upanishad mantras and doing mananam. Clear? That is a broad categorization. Now, within Saguna Upasana, you should clearly know, that's why this has been given, this chart has been given. You should rewrite it in a vertical form. This is in a horizontal form. Okay. So, within Saguna Upasana, there are 2 categories. One category is called Sakama Saguna Upasana. Are you with me? Can you see how it has been developed? From karma, you move to upasana. No, Ram Subbu. In upasana, there is what? Saguna, and then there is nirguna nididhyasanam. After coming to Saguna Upasana, you can either be doing Upasana or Dhyanam for fulfilling your desires. It is called as Sakama Saguna Upasana. Or you can focus on Nishkama Saguna Upasana. Are you understanding so far? So much clarity you will not get. No internet, no class, no mission, nothing can teach you this. Let me tell you, you have to follow this only. So, people who want to get lot of these miraculous powers, attract lot of people, get lot of position, money, and all those things, they focus on what? Sakama Saguna Upasana. Nah, you heard, no? Vidya Upasana kar raha hu, wo kar raha, ye kar raha hu. Don't get scared about all those things. And again, once upon a time it was a big fashion, right? So, Sakama Saguna Upasana, there are a set of procedures, ways to do and all those things. If you do it in the right way, you will also do good for yourself, and in the process you can also benefit the society. The same thing also people do in the wrong way. For everything there's a wrong way also. And all this tantric practice to destroy, so many things they do. So, very dangerous area. Be careful before entering Sakama Saguna Upasana. I'm warning you now itself. Because once you enter there, it will be what? Bewitchingly very powerful. It will keep on attracting you. Because more and more, you'll see the results quickly and you'll lead you in some other direction. So what happens? Can you see the line? You will get money, you will get position, you will get people, power, everything. And then what happens? How long it will last? Until you are existing physically in this world. The moment you die, what will happen? What will happen? You will have to come back to the cycle of what? Janana Marana Pravaham. Clear? So if you have done this for good things, then maybe you will go to Sargalokam, experience for lot more happiness for some more time, and then you'll come back to earth and continue the cycle. Clear? So far it's clear? Now the middle path, second line, what is shown there? What is it called as? Nishkama Saguna Upasana. That means what? I am doing Upasana or Dhyanam using what? Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyan Samanusmaredyaha Sarvasya Dhataramachintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat. If you do with this kind of sloka, Upanishad mantras, and other focusing on what? Nishkama Saguna Upasana. You are putting yourself on the path to Krama Mukti. Write down. Krama Mukti means systematically you will reach a few steps to a place called Brahmaloka. So what happens? Can you see the line? So when you practice this systematically, at the time of death, you will remember the Supreme with all these principles. And there are a lot more to study. I'm just giving an introduction that you have, clearly what you are getting to. What is the goal? And so what is the end point? Reaches Brahmaloka. Can you see? Then what do you do after going there? Can you relax? Reach Brahmaloka. Huh? Can you keep relaxed? What you should do? If you want to get fully out of the cycle of samsara, you have to go there and sit down there also and study Vedanta Shastra. From whom? From Brahmaji, Lord Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma will teach Vedanta. Athato Brahma Jignasa, he will teach. No schedule, nothing. No Zoom session, no appointed time and all. should be behind him whenever he finds time, because he's the busiest person. Let me tell you, Brahmaji is the most busiest person to calculate how to create the worlds, who should be put where, when, how, why. So many calculations do. And then for all that, what? Tapasa chiyate brahma tatonnam abhijajate. Mundaka Upanishad mantra says, Tapasa chiyate brahma. Brahmaji is constantly under tapas. Have you seen photo of Brahmaji? 4 faces, and he's doing always tapas. Why? Just to create everything properly. So, everyone knows he may get some free time. Sir. At that time, he will teach Vedanta. He should sit down and understand. And then what happens? You will get finally Videha Mukti and Param Brahma Aikyam at the end of one Kalpa. That's what they say. So now, that means what? In the second process, the middle process, what is the advantage? Advantage is that you will never come back to Bhulokam. You will never come back to lower lokas. Already attained, like a lot of you. Never return to India after going to US, right? Like that, you become never return to Earth, NRE. Okay, you become NRE when you follow the middle process. Like your NRE account, no? You get NRE. But there you have to study. So the time span you'll understand through this chapter is huge. So even, see, tell you, even suppose I give you 500 years to live, you think it is very nice, but it is miserable. Beyond some years to live is miserable or not? Okay. So Vandama, Vere Patama, Ponama. That's what it should be in Tamil, we say. You should come, achieve what is to be done and move, go away. You keep on waiting, and then there you have to do that. Okay. Now, the most intelligent person will take the third path. Look at the third path, all pictorial. All the mantras, slokas have been converted to pictures. Very nicely. Raja Sagar did this. We shall know appreciation to him. He has really thought about it. Right? We give only the concepts. He has to innovate a picture, isn't so nicely. Okay. So, this person is the most intelligent of all the people. What does the person do? Nah. Swamiji சொல்லுவார் ஓம்காரன் சுவாமி என்ன ராமநாம சமத்த குரு கிட்ட போய் வேதாந்த சாஸ்திரத்தை ஒழுங்கா படிப்பான். Hello? Very nicely do all the anuஷ்டானம் every day if possible, or continuously go to the Guru, sit down with all the books, Bhagavad Gita, all the 12 key Upanishads, Brahma Sutra books you have. Constantly study the Upanishads, Gita and Brahma Sutras. Do Vicharam. And this Vicharam will slowly, what? Start with Vicharam, and finally there will be transformation. Initially information, then transformation. So, person gets Brahma Jnanam where? Not in Brahmaloka. Where should the person get Brahma Jnanam? Here and now. So, the person gets Brahma Jnanam. And so, what happens? Where does the person travel? The person will not travel at all. There is no jiva to travel. The person gets what is called as Jivan Mukti. Jivan eva muktihi. That means what? While alive itself, the person has attained mukti, called a Jivan Mukti, also called a Sadhyo Mukti. And so what? Attains moksham here and now. And so it's called a moksha swarupi. You heard the word Jivan Mukta? Again. Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukto bhava. And that's what you will get. And so what happens? Once the person attains what? This Brahma Jnanam. Ito vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan nabibheti kutascha neti. Attains Paramanandam, not for only 1 second. Then the person is immersed in Paramanandam till the last breath. So you choose. The options are given. Always know they give 3 options, right? Multiple choice questions. You got 3 options. Choose which one you want to take. So now, if you follow what? Shloka number 9, do the dhyanam as per this. Remember Bhagavan, at the time of death, what will happen? Answers should come. Answers are in front of you, multiple choice given A, B, C. You will take the path A, path B, or path C. Which one? Path B, called Brahmalokam, Brahmaloka Prapti, is called as Krama Mukti. Krama means systematic. Why it's systematic? We'll understand. So far, is it clear? Connected this sloka, you should know where you stand when you study this sloka. It is path B, the middle path. Okay. So we all thought, okay, sir, somehow I'll focus, I'll memorize this sloka and daily practice this upasana, this dhyanam. And so finally, at the time of death, I'll be able to remember Bhagavan. I will reach Brahmalokam. From there, we'll see. After that, no, we always say, no, in Hindi, Baad mein dekha jayega. We'll see later. Today, we'll know because Brahma Jnanam, we are not going to get in this life. We'll see later. After going to Brahmaloka, we will see whether we can learn that. Because Brahma Jnana is very difficult, right? Whatever you say, sir. So 20 years old, they say, this Brahman is what it is. More incomprehensible. It is incomprehensible. You have to understand it is incomprehensible. That is the way to know Brahman. So it's going to be, you have to have supreme dedication and Parama Ishvara Anugraham. Aim for that. If you don't get, then at least focus on this. Just when you thought all this is fine, looks palatable, Bhagavan now drops a bigger bomb. Like, a lot of bombs are being dropped many places in the world. Bhagavan is also dropping a bomb in Loka number 10. Let's see what is that big bomb in Loka number 10. Shri Bhagavan Prayana Kale Manasachalena Bhaktya Yukto Yoga Balena Chaiva Bhruvor Madhye Pranamaveshya Samyak Satam Param Purushamupaiti Divyam. I will chant. Chant with me. Chant 2 times. Why? Look at the meter. All the very important shlokas. So the meter is different. Chant with me. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Prayanakade Manasachalena Bhaktya Yukto Yoga Balena Chaiva Bhruvor Madhye Pranamaveshya Samyak Satam Param Purushamupaiti Divyam. Are you able to chant now? Easy? Now. Last time, now chant correctly now. So also very pleasing to hear, right? Very nice. When you hear this sloka, all these are very nice. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Prayana Kale Manasachalena Bhaktya Yukto Yoga Balena Chaiva Bhruvor Madhye Pranamaveshya Samyak Satam Param Purushamupaiti Divyam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now you see. So, when you understand sloka number 9 and practice constantly on how many glories that you have to do dhyanam. The last class I have given. How many glories are there? 6 glories. Kavim. 8. Kavim, Puranam, Anushasitaram, Aniyamsam Anoho, Dhataram Sarvasya, Achintya Rupam, Aditya Varnam, Parastat Tamasaha. 8 principles in 8 chapters. Clear? So this is what dhyanam. Constantly you have to do dhyanam. Now, that is not enough. Now Bhagavan is saying, it is not so easy to push your Jivatma from Bhuloka to Brahmaloka. What is this travel? Who is traveling? Who is traveling? Your Jivatma, Sukshma Shariram is traveling. So it needs power. So can you push yourself directly from here to US, India to US? You have to go sit in an airplane. And again, then it will take you. A lot of power is required. It will go up and then it will put you in US. Like that, it is not easy to know. You cannot board a flight also. So there is special power required in addition to the dhyanam. What powers are required is what is mentioned in sloka number 10. Now understand, to reach a destination, you need power. To reach the right destination, you need the right dhyanam. I hope you understand, right? So there are two things. So that you reach Brahmaloka, you need to understand sloka number 9 and do dhyanam. So that you reach there, the power, you need to practice what is told in sloka number 10. So, it is a very vast subject. It is dealt with in the Taittiriya Upanishad, in Chandogya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The process of voluntarily directing your Sukshma Shariram or Jivatma, directing it to go from the earth, leaving the physical body and directly going to Brahmalokam, crossing all the intermediary lokas. Has to have the power to pierce through all the lokas. How many lokas are there? Between Bhuloka and Brahmaloka? After Bhuloka, somebody write Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, and Brahmaloka. That's what, no? During Sandhya Vandanam, you're supposed to do all these things. Nade? Om Hu, Om Huvaha, Ogum Suvaha, Om Mahaha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Ogum Satyam. Satyaloka is Brahmaloka. Clear? Called Pranopasana. What wonderfully our rishis have done. Integrated all these things into your daily rituals 3 times a day, which you don't even do 1 time properly. One pranayama done properly gives so much benefit. If you check during Sandhya Vandanam, you do at least 18 to 20 times pranayama should do. That is the number you get. How much power you will get. Anyway, I can only keep on saying. Okay. So, this power is required to pierce through all these lokas. So, for that, you should be able to pierce through the different lokas that are represented within your physical body. Just like there are 7 lokas, there are 7 different chakras or energy centers within the body. Again, starting with Mooladharam, Swadhishthanam, Manipuram. Like that, there are 7 centers leading to Sahasrara Chakram. Anahatam, Vishuddham, Agnya, and Sahasrara. Clear? So, Yoga Margam, it's all yoga. So, ability to reach Brahmaloka, which is external to your body, piercing the 6 lokas, has got a dependence on your ability to pull your prana from the Mooladhara Chakra upwards into the Sahasrara Chakra. Very, very difficult exercise. If you listen to this, why Bhagavan is given this? Because he wants you to choose the easier option. If you study all these things, you'll say, Abba, this is so difficult. Better sit down and study Vedanta Shastra. You all thought Vedanta Shastra is difficult. To achieve Brahmaloka Prakti is extremely difficult. Okay, because the sloka was nice. Now the real practical starts. It's always theory and practice, right? In theory, everything looks nice. You go to a physics lab, chemistry lab, or go to electronics lab, things won't work. You'll all study about transistor and all those things, multi-vibrator in the theory. Let us go and make it work in the lab. Ramesh Venkatesan, it won't work. Scratching your head. So, it's all theory. Now practice. Now practical, what do you do? You have to properly bring the prana. This happens over a long period of time. Let me tell you, there are a few people, pitiable people, I would say, because they don't know Vedanta Shastra, spend entire life like that, many lives, go sit in Himalayas, go to some fellows, unpad, some fellows, then only yoga. Keep on practicing how to pull the prana from the tip of the toe up to higher and higher portions of the physical body. They practice. Even today, they're practicing. There are people practicing this. Okay. But that alone is not enough. They have to also understand Saguna Brahma Upasana. Then only they'll reach what? Brahmaloka or understanding. I don't know whether Rangan Mukund. Only pulling the prana is not enough. You also have dharma, anushtanam, and also no, the real way of doing upasana. Both are required. That is why only doing that will not take you to go take. Only doing dhyanam will not take you to Brahmaloka. Only pulling the prana also will not take you to Brahmaloka. Both are required together. So there is a process, and slowly you can remove. It's a question of removing the prana shakti voluntarily from the different parts of the body. There are certain nadis. All this is told in all the Upanishads. In fact, even in the what I think in the Taittiriya Upanishad extensively it is mentioned. So there are 1,000 nadis. In that there are what? 3 key nadis. Nadi means the internal tubes through which the prana shakti is being what? Dissipated, can withdraw. So first you practice to pull all the prana from different parts of the body up to the Hridayam, Anahata Chakram. And then from there, you have to push it through the Vishuddha into the Ajna Chakra. And then at the time of death, all the time of death only. Okay. What happens? Then when you leave the physical body, so first is what? While you practice this prana samyam. So pranayama is the first step. By pranayama, what are you doing? Pulling all the what? Prana Shakti, the breath. Prana is breath, right? Or is not? I told you to inhale fully. When you inhale, all the air is being filled here along with prana, right? You bring it up to here. That process will happen involuntarily at the time of death. Are you with me so far? This is what you're doing? Here you're doing voluntarily. That will happen involved by constant practice. It will be pulled. And there are various mantras, various Shastra Pramanam. So it's very interesting because I did a lot of analysis on this. At the time of death, from which portion the prana leaves indicates which loka you will reach. Na Ram Subbu? Nah. Detail analyze pannalam, okay. But now for this, what Bhagavan is saying is that you have to bring it up first. It's all told in Upanishad, up to the anahata, up to the heart, and then get it to the middle of the eyebrows. What is this chakra called as? What is this called? Ajna Chakra, the seat of knowledge. So that's why knowledge is required in addition to this yogic power. And so the intermediate stage of getting to the heart is not mentioned in this sloka, but it is mentioned in the Upanishad. So the prana has to be brought up to the what? Middle of the eyebrow, the Ajna Chakra. Through what? Power of yoga. This is not what? Chanting or anything. It is yoga balena. Okay? Yoga. And how? It's an undistracted mind. These people have got superior powers, excellent powers. That's why person who is a yogi, who has got expertise in this, yogic practices. What is the goal of yoga? Yogaha chitta vritti nirodhaha. The goal of yoga is to ensure that the mind doesn't dissipate in anything. Mind is strongly focused on one single goal. This person is working on prana. So this pranayama with yogic power, you pull all the prana up to the this particular middle of eyebrows. And then with an undistracted mind, and this cannot be done what? Just like that, no, without having any devotion to Bhagavan, no like dry logic, just no. People do all the yoga practice, no, go to yoga center, learn yoga. There has to be what? Combined with divinity. Lot of mantras are there. So, especially in the Ishavasya Upanishad, mantras are mentioned. On the mantras, one should remember the time of death. One popular mantra, some of the people who are doing all this Tirkarmas will know. Agnenaya supatharaye asman Vishwani deva vayunani vidvan Yuyodhyasmachuhuranamenaha Bhuyisthante namavuktim vidhemeti. All the mantras should be remembered. Agnenaya supatharaye asman. What a wonderful mantra. Hey Agne. All because this person has done a lot of Agni karma continuously. Agne Naya. Hey Agni, you lead me because after death, I will not have any power. I need assistance. So this is also called as Archiradi Margam or the path of light. So Agni will take control. So you pray to Agni Bhagavan, mantras are there. So once you are getting up to here, after that when it leaves, that's why devotion is required. Agni is the first god. Vishnu is the ultimate god in gods. Okay. So that is why it's called reaching Brahmaloka. Now with devotion, you remember all this mantras and the slokas you have memorized, and through that do the dhyanam with the prana from the what? Middle of the eyebrows. What? This jiva travels. Now the power is given fully. And a lot of help that will come. I'll tell you what all help will come after the person's physical body perishes. The jivatma which has come out will have a lot of support from different gods. And those will propel. That power is there given. Will propel the jivatma to cross all the lokas and land where? Land directly in Brahmaloka. Clear, huh? So what are two things required? Write down. Two required conditions. One, you should have devotion and know how to do dhyanam. Kavim Puranam Manushasitaram. That alone is not enough. You have to practice what? This what? How many janmas it will take to pull the prana from different parts of the physical body to this heart and then to the eyebrows and then take it over. You have to decide for yourself. This practice, if you do, Shastras are saying, Upanishad says, that's why Bhagavan has created a special chapter called as Akshara Brahma Yoga. So this should be in addition to the Jhanam. Clear? Two things are required. Now, this is what Bhagavan has told. I told like a story only. Once you understand everything, is a story only. I'll tell you. Unless you understand, it's all very confusing. What is this? Something else being told. Upanishads. Many people study Upanishads and say all very boring, not understanding. No, Upanishad Brahma Sutras and all. If you study nicely, the Guru, sir, everything is a wonderful story only. Because all of you like to listen to Ramayana, Mahabharata. The story is there. This is the best story. This is your story. Please understand. Upanishads, Gita, Brahma Sutra is your story. Everything else, somebody else's story. It may be Krishna Paramahamsa's story or Rama's story. No use. It should be your story. Please understand. Clear, huh? Now let us see. That's why Padavibhaga Anvaya is required. Now let us do PVA. Now become what? Alert. Churka Veko. This sloka itself would have made you alert. Now become more and more alert. Now look at Padavibhaga. Prayana Kale Manasa Achalena. What did you do? Put a line after Manasa. Manasa Achalena Bhaktya Yuktaha Yoga Balena Cha Eva. The twitch clear? Easy, no? Now you're all become expert. Bhruvo ho Madhye Pranam Aveshya Samyak Saha Tam Param Purusham Upaiti Upaeti. Sandhi Vibhaga, Upaiti you give. Upaiti, one word. Upaiti is one word. Upaiti Divyam. Clear, huh? Easy or not? Huh? Now underline the word Purusham. Somewhere we heard Purusham in this particular chapter. Huh? What is Purusham? Again. Huh? Adhidai. Very good, Venkataraman. Very nice. Adhidaivam is Purusham. Very good. That's why all is connected. Unless you are very systematic, study properly through the right Guru, not internet, all this JQ, BQ and all. Study properly Gita, you'll know. All you studied there is connected here. So now, look at the meaning. Anmaya next. Prayana Kale Samyak. Where is Samyak? Samyak is appearing in the second line. When it's independent word, it's called Samyak. Gakaram will come when you chant with Samyak. Okay. Samyak Aveshya Pranam. See? By the time I start, the time is over, you see? That's how time runs, right? Gita class. Okay. Prayana kale samyag aveshya pranam madhye bhruvoho. When you organize, then only you get a supreme clarity. Okay. Madhye bhruvoho. Yoga balena eva achalena manasa bhaktya cha yuktaha. So far clear? All of you got the words? At least 5 people can you say you got it? Because no point me keeping on saying now not understanding. Huh? Bhaktya cha yuktaha saha upaiti tam divyam param purusham. Now you see how nice it is. Now categorize this first, then we'll go to the meaning. First is prayana kale samyag aveshya pranam madhye bhruvoho. First group. Clear? Second group. Yoga balena eva achalena manasa bhaktya cha yuktaha. Clear? Saha, that is second group. Third group, Saha upaiti tam divyam param purusham. 3 groups. Clear? Huh? Now, what are the 3 groups indicating? First group is what is the subject matter and what is the goal. Prayana kale samyag aveshya pranam madhye bhruvoho. That is, what is the goal? What is subject matter? Prayana kale, at the time of death. Prayanam doesn't mean what? Going from what? Bangalore to Hyderabad or Bangalore to Delhi or what? India to US. What prayanam this is? This prayanam is called Mahaprayanam, where you have no control. At least now you can book your air ticket and that train go on board a flight. Correct? No, Malati madam. From Canada to India you can come. But after death, who is going to take control? You don't have control. So you do all the practices so the right people take control of you. Are you understand what I'm saying? If wrong people take control of you, they'll take you to the wrong destination. That's what is happening. 99% people. So when you are alive, Swamiji Samatta Urunga, you should give all the responsibility to good people, like good devatas. Like that. Even in life also, when you're living, when you're becoming old, NRS. When you're old, Samatta, you give responsibility to good people, next generation. So that you can become free. Otherwise, you always be caught in the loop. So, what happens? At the time of death, prayana kale, at the time of death, samyag aveshya pranam, samyag, completely, properly, aveshya, that means what? Bring forth. Bringing what? The pranam. So at the time of death, completely, right way, systematic way, properly, having brought the prana, where madhye dhruvo ho. Dhruva is eyebrows. Okay. So dhruvo, two are there. So dvivachana. Between the 2 eyebrows, that means what? In the Agnya Chakra, what? You have to bring. Between the eyebrows, as I told, it's not external, it's internal. The location is this. But internally, the prana is taken first to the heart and there to the Vishuddha Chakra. After Vishuddha, go to Agnya Chakra here. Bringing the prana between the eyes. Very difficult process, not so easy. So, first step, what is the goal? Quickly, anybody? At the time of death, I should be able to, I should know. That means what? What are many things that are there? Time is not there. You want me to continue or shall I stop and continue next class? Tell me. Very interesting stage it has come. That's all time. Kalo Jagat Bhakshakaha. See, time is up. Huh? Okay. So, That means what? For a person who has practiced this kind of Saguna Brahma Upasana and done all these yogic practices, both, the person will pretty much know when the last hour is coming. Very rarely, one among millions only will know that at this time I am going to die. So these are all the indication that the person will already know. So, again, when I went to Uttarakashi many years back, okay, wonderful ashram is there. One ashram is facing the Ganges. You should go there and see. Then only you will know the beauty. In that, one Swamiji was telling, just before we came there, 3 days back, one Swamiji there has practiced all these things for throughout his life. Person knew the last hour is coming. So, nearly for more than 1-2 days, the person went and sat on a rock facing the Ganges, this yogic pose. And yes, exactly doing what has been told here, pull the prana, everything, practicing the dhyanam, and he gave up his mortal coil. So it has happened even now in this Kali Yugam. It is not that it is not happening. Okay. So I heard this personally from a, and you cannot, so Swamijis won't lie, please understand. They're not like this. Okay, clear? So at the time of death, having properly brought the prana between the eyebrows, that is the goal. Now, what are the 3 things required? Write down. 1, yoga balena eva. Only by the power of yoga, it not by any other means. So, by the power of yoga, 1. 2, achalena manasa. An undistracted mind. So, you should be very clear. I am done with this life. I should now be prepared to travel correct. I mean what? Now I am Jivatma. I am no longer the physical body. I need to reach Brahmaloka. So all the focus is only on making sure all the practices are done throughout the year. Just like when you go to write an exam, final exam, only focus is all that you practice, learn throughout the year should come correctly in the examination answer, right? If the goal is like that, you will write correctly, you will get the result in your favor. Similarly, this person has practiced everything. So at the time of death, only focus is making sure that this Jivatma is what? Safely traveling, piercing all the lokas and reaches Brahmaloka. An undistracted mind. 3, important. Bhaktya cha yuktaha. That is why what? Kavim Puranam, Anushasitam, all those things. Bhaktya, with a lot of devotion. Yuktaha means endowed with. I'll explain more in next class. We have to rush and finish the meaning here. Endowed with devotion. So, yoga balena. Then what? Achalena manasa, undistracted mind. And bhaktya cha yuktaha, endowed with devotion. So, it's a combination of what? Bhakti and yoga. Yogo jnanam tatha sankyam vidya shilpadi karmacha. So this yoga and bhakti, all that is integrated in the Sandhyavandanam. If you do properly, all those things will come naturally. At next course, we will take Sandhyavandanam course. All of you know, learn properly and do it. It's all very easy if you practice it daily. Suddenly, if you sit down one day, it's very difficult. Okay? Because when you practice, you move inch by inch. Nothing happens suddenly, everything, right? So, bhaktya cha yuktaha, endowed with devotion. Clear? Ah? The goal is clear. The goal is 1. What are the 3 things that are required? Power of yoga, undistracted mind, and devotion with proper Saguna Brahma Upasana, as told in the previous sloka. Then what happens? Job is done. What will happen? Like you work for 1 full month properly in the office. End of the month, what you will see? Suddenly there will be money in the bank, right? Like that. The person, saha upaiti. One attains. Upayeti. Yeti means reaches. Upaiti means attains, reaches. One attains. Tam divyam. That divine Param Purusham, Supreme Lord. Who is Purusham in this chapter? Adhidevam, Hiranyagarbha, Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. Clear? You will reach there. And so, how you will go there? what are the different intermediary steps, what are all the help you will get at different places, all that we will understand in this chapter. Is interesting or not? At least to hear. Then if you're deeply interested, you can start practicing. If you think this is very difficult, what should you do? If this is very difficult, what is the easier option? Sit down, study Vedanta Shastra directly from a guru. You cannot get Brahma Jnanam from any person who is dead. So study from a live guru, Vedanta Shastra. Attain Brahma Jnanam and get Mukti here itself. Yeah? So it's all very nice, very interesting. Some people take to this because for them Brahma Jnanam is very difficult. Patience to sit down, study is not there. Sit down and do yoga is there. Sit down and do what? Pranayama is there. But after that, you have to study Shastras. So that is great combination. You all know Shloka, right? Yogo Jnanam Tatha Sankyam Vidya Shilpadi Karmacha Veda Shastrani Vijnanam Etat Sarvam Janardana. So you pray to Bhagavan, all these will come together wonderfully. Kanchi Mahapariva is a great example. All the things integrated. One Mahan, like that. Okay. So understand all this. Study, focus on Vedantic study. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Who is chanting? Gita Samvatsara Bhavam.
Chanting chapter 14,
Okay.
2 to 8.
Okay.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Chaturdashodhyayah Gunatraya Bhagayogah. Idam jnanamupashritya mama sadharmyamagataha sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyathanti cha mama yonirmahad brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyaham sambhava sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bija pradah pita Sattvam rajastamaiti gunaah prakriti sambhavaah nibadhanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakamanāmayam sukha sangena badhnati jnana sangena chanagha rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tanni badhnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam Tamastvajnanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadalasya nidrabhihi tanni badhnati bharata. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
Very, very good chanting, Bharati madam. So all the slokas, you see what Bhagavan says. Mama yonihi Mahad Brahma Tasmin Garbham Dadham. So everything happens because of Bhagavan, and so one has to be constantly focusing on being devoted to Bhagavan, study Vedanta Shastra, get jnana. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsat. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu. Hari Om Narayana.